Highlander, Chapter 8, The Filing Cabinet. Antonio had walked past the old warehouse 1,000 times without seeing it. The building sat at the far edge of the property, where the dirt road broke into ruts and the mesquite began to win. Corrugated metal, faded white paint, the ghost of a True Love Honey logo. A structure kept more from habit than affection. That morning, he could not ignore it. He had set out to check a water line, to do something ordinary with his hands, something that did not involve thinking about Amelia. But as he rounded the bend, the light thinned. The sky went flat. The wind shifted and carried a smell of old dust and motor oil. He stopped. The warehouse simply existed with a patience that felt like intent. He told himself it was practical. There were boxes in there that should have been sorted years ago. Old paperwork, maybe equipment that still worked. The metal handle was colder than it should have been. When he pulled, the hinges gave a long groan. The smell hit him. Paper, cardboard, wood that had given up. A faint sweetness of stale honey. Inside, light came in thin and slanted through high, dirty windows. Shelves lined the walls. Boxes, some neat, some sagging. Old buckets, a broken pallet jack. He moved slowly, skimming his fingers over cardboard edges. The filing cabinet waited in the far corner. Tall, 4 drawers, the colour of old bone. A strip of tape on the top drawer, the ink so faded it was more ghost than word. He could make out only the first 3 letters. L-E-G. Legacy, legal, legend. He did not know why that last word came. The drawer stuck, then surrendered. Inside, folders swollen with age. Paper edges curled, tabs yellowed and soft. He flipped through them, a man touching someone else's history. Old contracts, receipts. A letter from his grandfather about expanding into another county. Names he recognized, names he did not. Then the texture changed. Between 2 manila folders was something smoother, thicker. He slid it free. A photograph. For a moment, his mind treated it as an object. Paper, ink, light trapped in the old way. He held it closer, squinting in the dim warehouse. The woman in the picture stood in front of a building he did not know. Wind in her hair. Head turned slightly like she had just heard her name. The edges were worn, the surface rubbed by thumbs that had lingered there. She looked like Amelia. Not a passing resemblance, the same line of jaw, the same way the shoulders held tension and humour at once. The same eyes that seemed to see more than was comfortable. His chest tightened. It is not her, he told himself. It cannot be her. The clothes were wrong. The background was wrong. The photograph itself belonged to another century. In the corner, written in careful ink, was a date. 200 years ago. His hand began to shake. Light rippled across the surface. He did not realize he had stopped breathing until his lungs demanded air. He looked for the trick, any simple way to explain it. A staged portrait, a fake date. People lied on paper, images could be aged, but the wear on the photograph was not pretend. It had the slow damage of something carried and put away by people who had never heard his name. Behind it was a folded page, tucked flat against the back of the folder. He unfolded it with clumsy fingers. The handwriting was neat, disciplined. The script of someone who believed words should look as serious as they sounded. No greeting, no signature, just instructions. Bring her into the world, it said. Write her. Name her. Hold her shape in your mind until the world has no choice but to produce her. Refuse doubt. Do not argue. Manifest her. The last 2 words were underlined. Antonio read the page again. then looked back at the woman in the photograph. The warehouse seemed to press in. Dust, dim light, shelves, cabinets. Years of the business gathered around him, quiet and watchful, as if waiting to see what he would do with this small, impossible intersection between a stranger's face and the life he thought belonged only to him. For the first time since Amelia left, he felt the ground under the Highlands shift a fraction of an inch. 200 years, he thought. How long had the universe been practicing?